She stood in the doorway, arms crossed, smirking like she'd already won. "You're nothing without me," she said. "A clueless little husband. Get out." I didn't argue, I just nodded. Okay. Her smirk grew. She thought I was broken. She thought she was right. That's the thing about people drunk on their own arrogance. They never check who's really holding the glass. We had been married 7 years. I met her when I was still pretending to be an average guy. No flashy suits, no business cards with my name embossed in gold. I liked living low. I liked knowing who loved me for me. At first, she seemed like one of those people. Bright, ambitious, magnetic. She made me laugh. She challenged me. She knew how to make an empty apartment feel alive. But over time, I noticed how her kindness was selective. She was sweet when she wanted something, cold when she didn't. And slowly, her conversation stopped being about us and became about her friends, her image, her status. I ignored the signs. Love makes you blind, they say. No, love makes you look away. I found out the truth on a Wednesday. I was at one of my smaller branches, the one she didn't know I owned, when I saw her. She was sitting across from a man in a sharp blue suit, not touching, but leaning close, too close. I walked past without her noticing. I heard her laugh, that rehearsed, high-pitched laugh she used when she wanted to be noticed. Later that night, I checked her phone while she showered. I never snooped before. That day, I did. Messages, plans, not just with him, with others. And then I saw one that made my chest go cold. He's just my little fool. He doesn't even know who my real man is. My hands didn't shake. My breathing didn't change. I've learned that the most dangerous thing you can do when betrayed is stay calm. That night, lying beside her, I decided 2 things. 1, I would not confront her. 2, I would make her lose everything she thought she'd taken from me. The next month, I became a shadow in my own home, quiet, agreeable. She thought I was beaten down. She didn't notice I was moving assets, liquidating certain accounts, and pulling strings in places she didn't know existed. She didn't know that the foolish husband she mocked was the CEO of the very company she gossiped about to her friends, the one her real man had been trying to get hired at. I had access to her spending habits, her credit lines, even the lease on the luxury car she drove like a trophy. All in my name, all removable with one signature. I gathered evidence, not for me, but for the divorce lawyers. Photos, messages, bank transfers to her boyfriends. Every document was a nail in the coffin I was building. And I waited. The night she told me to leave, she thought she was ending the game. She had no idea she was walking straight into checkmate. I walked out with a single suitcase, not because I needed it, but because it would make what came next sweeter. The next morning, she woke up to frozen accounts. By noon, her car was repossessed. By 3, her name was blacklisted from 3 major business circles, the same ones she flaunted at parties. At 6 p.m., she called me. First, angry, then panicked. "You have to fix this," she said. "You know I can't live like—" I hung up. She called again and again. I didn't answer. 3 days later, she showed up at my office. That's when she saw the truth. The gold nameplate on my desk. My full name. My title, CEO. She stood frozen, eyes wide, like the air had been punched out of her lungs. "You?" she whispered. "Yes," I said, leaning back in my chair. "Me, the foolish little husband." Her lips trembled. "Why didn't you—" "Tell you," I smiled coldly. "Because I wanted you to think you'd won." She tried to apologize. She tried to cry. I signed the last document and slid it across the desk. The divorce papers. Every asset was accounted for. Every legal angle closed. She would walk away with nothing but her clothes. "You planned this," she said, her voice breaking. From the moment you laughed in that cafe, I replied. From the moment you called me a fool. The last thing I saw before she left was her face. Not angry, not even sad, just realizing. Realizing she had been playing checkers while I'd been playing chess the whole time. I haven't heard her voice since. Her number still calls sometimes. I don't answer. Because some calls aren't meant to be picked up. Some people aren't meant to be saved. And some betrayals are meant to be paid for in full.